Hi everyone, Cat and Lizard here again.
So, do you guys remember I had a nose piercing?
Oh my gosh, did it come out again?
Again, yeah, I was wiping my face with a towel and I hear a little clink in the bathroom. And so I get on my hands and knees to start looking for this tiny piercing. I had my roommates come in and we were on the floor with the little flashlight on our iPhones. So we have this one friend who everyone thinks he's a big liar, okay?
He is.
Except for me.
Liar.
I believe him.
Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie.
I just think he's done a lot of crazy stuff in his life, and no one can believe that he's done it.
Okay. He never shows us proof.
He doesn't care, A. B, how can you find proof?
I want to see pictures of him backpacking in Europe.
Okay.
I want to see pictures of the hills that he climbed. I want to see pictures of the people that he
didn't
was
bring
with.
a camera. He went backpacking. Like he didn't even have toilet paper, you know? He didn't bring a camera. So
what?
Yes,
What?
yes. You can ask. I mean, okay, fine.
No.
All this aside, found out recently that he has lied to me, and I found out the lies. What he lied about was that
something so petty that
it's so petty. I was talking to a friend who's also friends with this guy, and she said that he blocked me on Snapchat and Instagram, and I didn't believe her at first, but then I checked, and he did. And this is my close friend, so I was pretty confused as to why. You know, we didn't have a fight, we didn't have an argument, nothing happened. So I checked, and he did, and I asked him why, and he looked me in the eye. He said, I have no idea what happened. I have no idea. I was messing with the features and I did this by accident. After I know for a fact, because my friend was with him and he looked her in the eye and said, I'm deleting her. Like, what?
She's so annoying, was what he
said.
said.
That's what he said.
I think his first instinct is to lie, and he doesn't know how to just say no when you ask him questions, because this is how I know he's lying. Because I asked him something so far-fetched, but not far-fetched enough, and he said yes to it.
What did you ask
him if he had ever been a chef. And instead of just owning up to it and saying, no, I've never been a chef, he said, well, not technically. I did cook for people and get paid.
Well, okay, so what? Okay, he told the truth.
Said no. He could have just said no. That's how I know he's lying.
But
he had to really reach.
Being a chef is making food and getting paid for it. Isn't that what that is? Like, he is telling the truth.
Lying.
But he's lying. Okay.
That noise that you guys just heard was my roommates strongly agreeing with me.
Everyone agrees with you guys. My roommates, your roommates, his roommates, everyone thinks he's
We're gonna have him on the show one day.
God, no.
He's lying!
He's not lying! No one can lie like that. Like, no one can come up with that.
He's a compulsive liar. He doesn't know how to tell the truth. Me and Lizard met in our English class, and we have issues with that class.
Mm-hmm.
One, the teacher is an imbecile. He's probably the dumbest person I've ever met in my life.
Yup.
Every day, he comes up with a new way to be a little bit more stupid.
He talks himself every time we go in there. Last class we were in there, he started writing on the board with a Sharpie. A Sharpie. And he didn't even know. He didn't know. A girl in our class that was like, I think you're writing on the board with a Sharpie. And
he didn't even believe it.
He looked down at it and he's like, and he closes the Sharpie and then he starts trying to erase it and it didn't work. And then he looked really panicked.
I'm gonna tell you guys my favorite moment with him though.
I'm excited to hear.
So I had some Twizzlers one day, and I was eating my Twizzlers, and I leaned over to my roommate. I was like, "Hey, do you want one?" And she was like, "Yeah." So like we start making a bunch of noise trying to get the Twizzlers out of the pack, and he's stopped. First of all, he's passing out papers, not saying anything, just passing out papers. I'm not disrupting the class. And he turns around and like stares at us for a second, then goes, "Hey guys, remember what I said about food in class?" I immediately take out the syllabus and flip through the pages looking for the part about food, and there is nothing about food. He only got mad because I was eating at that moment. I had already had a whole Pop-Tart 10 seconds
while he
before
was
that
talking.
phone.
While he was talking. My favorite part was when, okay, we have these two girls who are twins in our class, and they have to leave 5 minutes early every class to go to their next class. Or they were trying to leave at like what? 12?
It was,
no,
11:54.
54, right? A minute before 5 minutes, right? And he gets up, he looks at them, he says, "Where do you guys think you're going?" They're like, "Oh, we're going to our next class." And he's like, "Oh, you still have a minute left." Literally within that minute, he did nothing.
Didn't do anything.
He waits for them to leave the room and then he passes out our homework. That was the important part, I think. So I know Halloween was a little bit ago, but we collected some videos and pictures and we're gonna include them at the end of this video if you guys wanna watch. We went to City Nights. It was fun. Tune in next time.
Until then,
live for you.
be who you are.
Bye.
My neck, my wrist is a brrr. She want for my dog, I'm like, woo.
Hey, the flow. It's raining hundreds. Throw some more. Throw some more. Throw some more.
Have a happy Halloween, guys.
Back when I first made 100 grand.